How many of you feel you need the stimulus check? How many of you are still waiting for the first one? Will we ever get the second stimulus check? Well, this weekend, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that said, indeed, the American people will get $400 for unemployment. They will have payroll cuts, tax cuts, and a lot of other things. However, there was no mention of the stimulus check. And thank God, Congress decided they will not go on break. So they'll be working this week. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's just follow that. In this video, I want to talk about beyond the stimulus, beyond unemployment. Hi guys, my name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. And like I said, I want to talk about beyond the stimulus check, the second stimulus check, and or unemployment. So here's a suggestion. Why wait for a second stimulus check? Why wait for $1,200 instead of seeking ways to make that extra $1,200 beyond unemployment, or just on your own? These are hard times, and hard times require grit. It requires tenacity. So we have to rise up and help each other. Let's rise up, let's level up, and let's help each other. I know that's what I'm going to do. I'm on the grind, and I'm rising up, doing what I need to do. And it's like I'm starting from scratch, really. I don't know about you, but it feels like at this stage in my life, I'm starting from scratch. And that's okay. That's okay. I will start from scratch if need be, because COVID has kind of stopped the world. However, I'm not going to jump off. I stay on the grind. I keep doing stuff. And I find that I've needed help. And I want to help you as much as I can. So we need to help each other in the process in order to survive. Man, we got to fight. We got to fight for our future, people. I find that like my perspective of life has changed. So I'm fighting my fight remains the same, but a bit amplified. So tell me in the comments below, what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Is it friends? Is it family? Are you fighting for your health? Have you lost someone? How has your world gotten closer, smaller, or bigger? If that's the sense. Are you fighting for career, a different way of life? So tell me in the comments below, what are you fighting for? I find that my perspective, it has changed completely. So I am sitting out here on my back porch where I've spent most of my COVID time, me and Olaf. I painted Olaf. So just as a way of escape, I've just had to resort to the child in me, the creative side of me, being an artist. And I spent a lot of time on this back porch in my new home. Yeah, getting bit by mosquitoes and ants, and my dog he sits, sometimes he comes out and sometimes he doesn't. But we gotta fight, people, fight for our lives, fight for the new way of life. And we can't just hand over our future, hand over our lives to people who we don't know. We just know them vicariously through a political party, or we know them from television. We can't just hand over our lives to unpredictable politicians. And that's not to say one party or the other. I'm saying we can't hand over our lives. You can't hand over your life to anybody. You're in charge. So at the end of the day, you make the decision for you and your family and your health. So let's fight for that. So tell me in the comments below, what are you fighting for now? Like I said, I'm fighting for this new way of life. I'm fighting to remain free. I'm fighting to continue, and I'm actually learning, which for me is a fight, because I'm not big on technology, and I'd rather just do fun stuff and travel than be on stage, right? So I am fighting for me to get out of my way and learn technology so that I can continue to do online services, so I can make extra money. Because the funny thing is, COVID came and I made money during COVID. In fact, I need to do a video about that. I made quite a bit of money. And when I have the time, I'll make, I shouldn't say when I have the time, I have lots of times, but I need to sit down and think about making a video on how I made extra money during COVID, right? And you can too, you can too. So COVID might be the reason why we're here, the reason why you're watching this video. It's the reason why I'm making it. It's the why we're here together, why we're in this together, why we're searching the internet for stimulus check updates, second stimulus check, unemployment, why we're watching the news all the time. Excuse, back up. I'm done with the news. But it might be why people are just flooding their minds with the news. I cut the cord, I'm done. I watch selective podcasts that are positive and less politically motivated. But COVID might be the why. Now, let me ask you this. What is going to be your why for moving forward, for getting through this, right? At the beginning of the year, we all had our plan, 2020 planned out. I went to 5 countries last year, not including the Bahamas, so that would be 6. But I took 5 international trips. I always like to do vacations and travel and learn about culture. So I did 5 countries last year. And my goal was to exceed that and to go to 7 new countries this year. You know, I still have them up on my vision board. COVID just stopped the world, right? So what is your why for getting through that? After COVID, after the stimulus, if it is passed, $1,200, what do you do? How long can $1,200 go in your life? I don't know about you. It doesn't, having some background in real estate and having owned properties, $1,200 doesn't go far for even the low income neighborhoods. So how far do you think that can go? And what happens after unemployment? How long do we expect unemployment to last? You know, President Trump this weekend, he signed the executive order, and he told Congress, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I understand that in these, what they call unprecedented times, the government to whom we pay our taxes, they need to step up and help people because the government shut the United States down. Don't go to work, don't go to the beaches, don't visit your friends, stay at home, stay safe. We needed to. So our businesses stop, our workplace jobs, our lives stop. And we still, you know, the mortgage is due and the car notes due, yeah, and we had to eat. So we needed a way to pay those. So I understand in time of crisis, we needed that. But how long do we expect that to last, honestly? I don't know how long COVID would last. If you're in Florida, it just seems that it's not going away at all. You know, so I find myself going to the beach. I bought a motorcycle, cash, in the middle of COVID. People, yes. So there are some people that are making money during COVID, right? But let's think about ways to rise up and to pull ourselves up from under the rubble. Because if we think that printing trillions of dollars, if we can continue to print trillions of dollars and not have the economy collapse, Olaf, what do you think? I think we need to think again. Yes, there's the need to help the people. The question is, how long can the government do that? How long do you want the government to do that? And is that really sustainable, maybe beyond December, right? I understand and I agree with the fact, 100%, this is my 100%, that the American public, taxpayers, they need to have money. The economy needs to be stimulated, man. We need that. I understand that. I agree with that wholehearted 100%. I'm saying, can we think beyond $1,200? Can we think beyond unemployment? What happens post-COVID, right? Have you thought about that? Are we so caught up in the news and what's going on politically that we haven't stopped to think, okay, after they print all this money and they help me out and help the American public out, what's going to happen after that? Who's going to pay it back? I don't have children. Your children, your grandchildren, the debt has to be repaid. And we don't have to think about that right now, but where will you find yourself in January? Will your job be here? Will your career? It seems as if some career has just gone out the door. So it's the economy, whether it crash or whether it goes up, I don't know. I'm not God. I don't know the future. I don't trust politicians to tell me, or forecasting of any kind of news media. I just trust God in that. But I know one thing, these are difficult times, and what's being done is one of those urgent things because of the unprecedented time. But it's not sustainable, realistically. It's not sustainable that the government can continue to give money every month to 40 million, 50 million American now? We cannot continue to do that. So we cannot rely on the government forever. And I'm talking either party. I don't care who you vote for. We just cannot rely on the government forever. We have to make our own way. And why should you? Why should you? I don't know how you feel about this. Oh, the government owes me. The government doesn't owe me. I got one thing to say. Let me suggest this to you. I don't think anybody owes you anything but to love you. So if you have that in your heart, I hope you slowly let go of that and make your own way. Think about ways to make extra money. Even if you can make that extra $1,200 a month, and there are ways you can do it. Man, these are, it's new time. I'm lost for words because I'm dumbfounded when I go on these social platforms and I hear people screaming about, oh, my second stimulus check. And the first stimulus check, I don't know if it stimulated the economy before it is shut down for the most part, still, a lot of it. So let's make your own way, and let's try not to be caught up here again. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. So let's think of ways to get up from under the rubble of what's happening. You didn't cause it. We didn't see it coming, but it's here, and we're in this together. I love that my neighbors and people out there looked out for me. We watched out for each other. Love grew, and we seem to be closer in some ways not. But I don't want to be caught here again. And that's why I got on the grind and thought about ways to make money through the hard times. And I did. And the more I say it, I'm going to make a video on that. You know, make your own way. Don't be caught here again. I made quite a bit of money doing this. So this might be our norm. Let me end with this. This might be our norm, people. I'm talking, when we go back, I've gone to 4 restaurants since COVID. And I've only been comfortable at one, actually, a very small cafe where we ate outside. I love eating out. You know, I've gone out on the bike, gone to the beach quite a bit. So I hope social distancing is not the norm, because I miss hugging people, touching people, getting close up. But this might be the norm. I know Twitter has already made an announcement that the employees will work from home forever. You know, remote working, remote learning will happen in many parts of the world. So this might be our norm. Virtual learning, Zoom, video, everything, you know, where people teach something and learn something. I took some courses online during COVID, and I took courses of things I never would have taken course. I would have taken if I had to pay for it, or if I had to go to school for it. But I did. It was fun. Stanford University, yay! And just a whole bunch of course on leadership, community, and how to make money. And yeah. So this might be the norm. And if it is, I ask you, what will you do? What are you doing in light of? And yes, you might have a job. And who's to say that job won't go away even after? I mean, I try to think in my small, minute mind, what will really happen? What's going to happen like after December? Like when COVID goes away and everybody owes all this money, because the truth is the government might have a moratorium for mortgages and rent and all that, but you got to pay that money back, people. You know, grants are being given, so some of it you got to pay back. So what's going to happen when And a lot of companies, I know some of my companies say you have a COVID relief. They actually emailed me and say, hey, you don't have to pay, you qualify to not have to pay like 2 months worth of payment. It's called COVID relief. I hope you guys took advantage of that. So, but eventually, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, money becomes due. So what do we do post COVID? Have you thought about starting a home-based business? I have. I did. My business before COVID was, I had 2 businesses, and one of them was kind of home-based, but now for sure. I just got on the ground. I sat out here with Olaf. Olaf was like, yeah. And, you know, and just thought about practical ways to help people. And I guess I love to help people, so it ended up paying off where something that I was already doing, I said, how can I monetize that? And surprisingly, I reached out to someone, a few people, and somebody grabbed onto it, and like, bam, I was making money the next week. Bam, bam, bam. And just continued to make money. It was that easy. And it's something that I don't want to throw figures out there, but I can't, it's just passive income. I just make it while I sleep and just hang around. And I put maybe about a few hours a week into it. Just saying. So think about starting a business. Find creative ways to make extra income, even if you still have a job. If you are an essential worker or you have your own business, just how will you do post-COVID? How will you do post-second stimulus, third stimulus? How will you do beyond that? Unemployment will end. This nationwide unemployment, trust me, people, Paulette Rolle-Alesnik tell you, as you all know, nationwide unemployment will end. It has to end if America will want to exist. And there's been great nations, and some nations just fell flat. You don't hear about them anymore. So tell me in the comments below, have you thought about starting a home-based business? Or what are some, since we're here to help each other, what are some ideas of home-based businesses that you suggest? Because I want to share this video with my friends and family, because I might not have thought of it. What I do is not what you do, but I know we're in this together. And by golly, we all can make money together. And we all can make money sitting at home. Like I made money sitting on my porch, drinking my coffee, sometimes my tea, mostly tea, and talking to my dog and Olaf. Yeah, I talk to characters. Don't judge me. Yeah, how can we do this? So I hope you've liked this video. I hope it's helped you. It's helped me just thinking about it. So I'm kind of thinking out loud because I like to talk. And I live alone, so I talk to myself. Now I'm talking to you. So I pray that this video has been helpful to you to stop the brakes and not just rely on unemployment or the second or third or fourth. I don't know how many stimulus checks they will give us. Some of us didn't qualify for it, but I don't know how many stimulus checks they would give. However, I know this, it's not sustainable and it's not forever. So what will you do? Have you thought about that? Let's do that. Thank you for joining me. I'll do another video on the money making part. Yeah, I hope so. Bye.